Good evening friends, today is 22nd April 2021 and welcome to my session. Today there are a lot of articles to discuss, so I am summing it up very fastly. I'll do it very fastly, okay? The first article is about World Press Freedom Index. India has been ranked 142nd among the 180 countries. It is very bad for India. Only Pakistan is behind India in the Asia region. Pakistan ranks is 145, and this Press Freedom Index is published by Reporters Without Borders. This is all about the Press Freedom Index. Let's move on to the next. Okay, the first rank is of Norway in the Press Freedom Index. Okay, from past 3 years, from 2016, which India was ranked 133. Now it has been, continuously the ranking has been decreasing for India. Now it is 142nd. Last year also it was 142nd only. Let's move to the next article. It's about DRDO's supplemental oxygen. What is the supplemental oxygen? For the army personnel or the soldiers who are working at the high latitudes in the mountains, there will be less oxygen available in their blood, less dissolved oxygen dissolved in their blood. In this case, this supplemental oxygen can be used by them. Okay, it was prepared by DRDO, and it will also be useful for the COVID patients also, because the oxygen level reaching the blood and the tissues is very less in the case of COVID-19 patients. So this is there in news because there will be a kind of hypoxia. What is hypoxia? Low level of the supply of oxygen to the tissues is what is called hypoxia. This generally occur when you travel at high latitudes or something like that. So in order to reduce this, DRDO has indigenously built this supplemental oxygen. SpO2 is what is the formula of supplemental oxygen. It can also be used for the COVID-19 patients. Let's move to the next article. It's about Boao Forum. Okay, BOAO, Boao. Okay, Boao Forum. Boao Forum is like World Economic Forum only. It is called Davos of Asia. In Davos, the World Economic Forum meets happen, and here this Boao Forum will take care of the whatever the financial assistance is there in order to promote the development in the Asian region. This Boao Forum takes care. Okay, so why it is there in news? Because recently this annual session of this Boao was inaugurated by Chinese President Xi Jinping, and it was inaugurated in Hainan, Hainan province of China. Okay, so coming to the history, it was established in 2001 by 25 Asian nations, including Australia. Okay, now there are completely 28 nations, and India is also part of it. It is mainly built on the what we call idea of promoting the One Belt and One Road initiative. If you see the theme also, it contains Belt and Road initiative of China. Okay, let's move to the next article. It's about Chad. Chad is a country in Central Africa. It is landlocked region, and why it is there in news? Because recently this president was killed. Its president, her name is Idris Deby. Okay, Idris Deby of Chad was killed by revolutionaries there. Okay, so from the geography perspective, you need to know where the Chad is. It is in the Central Africa, and it forms the savanna type of climate. Okay, savanna type of climate in the sense it is also called Sudan type of climate. Okay, so Sudan type of climate is the climate in which has small grasses and tall grasses and very low height trees, and extreme diurnal temperature is seen in this savanna type of climate. And what more, some 160 centimeters of rainfall, and hot summers and dry winters and wet summers are also present. Just check what is the type of savanna type of climate in the Google. You will get to know. Okay, let's move to the next article. It's about BritCoin. Concentrate. I'm not saying Bitcoin. I'm saying BritCoin. It is the digital currency. It is a cryptocurrency launched by British government. Okay, Brit in the sense British. It is not actually British. It is UK government. UK government, in order to give effect to the digital currencies, it has launched this BritCoin. I have told you about Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies in the earlier videos also. Let me revise to you very quickly what is cryptocurrency. So if you want to do any fraud, if you want to hide your income, then you can do business in the cryptocurrencies. I mean, there are many cryptocurrencies, like BitCoin is one of the cryptocurrency. Okay, so BitCoin being one of the cryptocurrency, this BritCoin is also a type of Bitcoin only. It was launched by UK. They uses the blockchain technology. Okay, if one particular thing is changed, then the users who are all using this, the change goes to them. Okay, you cannot fraud easily. If you want to change in one system, the same thing must be reflected in all the other systems, so that it becomes difficult to hack such systems. Indian banking system is also using blockchain technology. Okay, this was a question in UPSC. I have discussed the question also in the UPSC timetable. Let's move to the next article. It is about memorandum of procedure. Okay, what is this memorandum of procedure? It is related to appointment of High Court judges. How the judges are appointed? There will be a collegium whose head will be Chief Justice of High Court or Chief Justice of Supreme Court. In case of Supreme Court judges, it will be Supreme Court Chief Justice. He will be the head. In case of appointment of High Court judges, it will be Chief Justice of High Court. He will be the head. So this collegium, it recommends the names of the judges who are going to be appointed to the president, and president takes according it follows the procedure which is there in the memorandum of procedure, MOP, and finally if the procedure goes well, the judges are appointed. So why it is there in use? Because there is no time limit in this memorandum of procedure to be followed by the central government. So central government, in spite of recommendations, it's delaying the appointment. So Supreme Court has ordered to speed up the process. It has let the last dates, I mean final dates, till that limit only you can go, like that the Supreme Court has said. So what is this memorandum of procedure in brief? Let me explain to you. So firstly, the collegium of the judges recommends the names. It shortlists the names and gives the names to the central. Now center, what it does, it asks the respective state government, then it gives the reports to Intelligence Bureau. After giving the reports to Intelligence Bureau, if everything is right, if the reports are proper, then the reports from the Intelligence Bureau are submitted to particular, what we call, Supreme Court. Now Supreme Court can accept the report or reject the report also. Like if it accepts the report, then it will goes to the central government, and the judges are appointed accordingly. Okay? If it rejects the reports, okay, then what happens, like if the recommendations are there, then it reconsiders itself, and then again the Supreme Court collegium can seek additional inputs on government's opinion. Accordingly, it can either reject or reiterate the proposal. If the collegium reiterates its decisions, then under memorandum of procedure, the government is bound to notify the appointments. So in this way, the High Court judges are appointed. Okay, let's move to the next article. It's about Animal Welfare Board of India. From the UPSC perspective, we need to know that it was established in 1962, and the act through which it was established is the Protection of Cruelty Towards Animals Act 1960. It was established in 1962 according to the act in 1960. Okay, now according to this welfare board, it is crime to humiliate animals and use the animals in even in circuses also. Okay, so it has recommended the center so that the animals won't be used in circuses further. The performing animals is what they call them. Okay, let's move to the next article. It's about lyrids. It is a meteor shower in the month of April. If you go stand up your terrace and you watch it, then it will be a meteor shower. It is said that it is a blind belief that if you if you pray something at that particular time, the prayers comes true. But yeah, meteor shower called lyrid is there in news. It is in the month of April. This lyrid meteor shower is going. Know the difference between meteor, and meteorite. Okay, meteorite, TE at the end, is the asteroids which are in the atmosphere. Meteor is when it comes in the contact of the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so meteorite is in the space. Meteor, when it comes into Earth's contact, Earth's atmosphere, then it is going to be a meteor, okay. And it doesn't touch the atmosphere, just it doesn't touch the surface of the Earth. It comes into the atmosphere, it just burns because of the friction between air and the meteorite, okay. When it collides with the surface of the Earth, it is called meteorite, DE at the end, okay. Remember, outer atmosphere, it is meteorite, DE. When it enters the Earth's atmosphere but does not reach the surface, it is called meteor. And when it collides the Earth, then it is called meteorite. Okay, let's move to the next article. It's about the Leaders Summit on the climate. Recently, Joe Biden, who is he? He's the president of USA, has called for 40 nations, major economies who contribute to the climate change, in order to prevent the climate change and in order to prevent the greenhouse gas emission, and in order to maintain the temperature at 1.5 degrees Celsius, what we call global warming to 1.5 degrees. In order to meet all these aims, Joe Biden has called for the meeting. It will be held today and tomorrow. Tomorrow I will discuss in brief what is this climate change, what is the Paris climate of 2015, and UNCCD, everything I will discuss because I am studying it today, okay. Let's move on to the next article. It's about the USCIRF. What is this USCIRF? It is US in the sense United States, C in the sense Commission, and IRF in the sense International Religious Freedom. So US Commission on International Religious Freedom will place the countries where the religious rights are not properly implemented, okay. So India has been placed among the 14 countries where the religious rights are not properly implemented. So accordingly, it has stated that the citizenship amendment bill which Modi has brought in violates the religious rights and religious freedom, and because of which many violations happens. Many fightings and many happened in between the other religions, because of which India was placed in the watch list. Okay, let's move to the next article. The article is about Article 311 Clause 2, Clause C of the Indian Constitution. What is this Article 311 of the Indian Constitution? It is, if the President is satisfied that retention of particular public service may harm the security of the country, then he can terminate that particular public service. If there is a civil servant, and if you are a president, okay, if you are satisfied that if you keep that particular civil servant in the service only, then it may harm the security of the country, then you can terminate it, okay. Only president's satisfaction is more important. Now if you are terminated, then you can't go to Supreme Court, because unfair practice. Article 311(1) of the Constitution actually says that you cannot terminate the civil servants. This is the actual one. Civil servants cannot be dismissed by the authority subordinate to the authority which has appointed it, okay. So authority which has been appointed, which has appointed the civil servants, lower than that authority cannot terminate that civil servants, okay. Article 311(1) of the Constitution says this, and Article 311(2) says that civil servants cannot be removed unless he has been given reasonable reason to. The civil servant should be given a opportunity to show his cause before terminating it. You cannot terminate like that only, but you cannot appeal. I have told you, Article 311(2) of Clause C, like if President is satisfied, then he can remove the civil servant according to the unity of the country. Then if he removes, then you cannot use these two. Article 311(1) or 311(2) you cannot use against the President, okay. If the President is satisfied, then he can remove it. Why it is there in news? Because recently in Jammu and Kashmir, many of the public servants are expressing their opinion in the public against the government, okay, because of which the President is bound to take such actions. Like if he is satisfied, then he can terminate that particular civil servant. Overall, remember that Article 311 deals with the termination or termination of the civil servants. Okay, let's move on to the next article. It's about article 244A. This is also a Supreme Court article. This is also an article in the Constitution. Okay, 224A. Okay, 224A says that you can appoint the judges who are retired. Okay, there are many judges who will retire now because there were some 57 lakh cases pending in the high courts. Then Supreme Court had ordered, according to article 224A, in order to bring back that retired judges to speed up these 57 lakh cases. So article 224A says that appointment of ad hoc judges. So you can get back the retired judges on the ad hoc basis. Okay, once this 57 lakh pending cases with the what we call Supreme Court gets over, then the particular judges who have been temporarily appointed can be again made to the retired status. Okay, this is all about the article 224A. Recently Supreme Court has rarely, this article is used rarely, but Supreme Court has used it and appointed the retired judges again. Okay, let's move to the next article. Is about the Narsimham. He is the father of banking sector reforms. Okay, he has passed away. Okay, why he is there in news? Because he has passed away. You know, the Narsimham committee, this committee was constituted two times. Okay, 1991 and 1998. In 1991 it has suggested about the Assert Reconstruction Funds. Assert Reconstruction Company, I have discussed it yesterday or day before yesterday. According to Survey Act 2002, Assert Reconstruction Company was established. Okay, and minimum worth of 100 crore should be there. Minimum net worth of 100 crores should be there in order to start the Assert Reconstruction Company. This concept of Assert Reconstruction Company came from this particular Narsimham committee only. It was established in 1991. Okay, so in order to take over the bad debts, this Assert Reconstruction debts was recommended by this committee in 1991. And capital adequacy ratio, I have told you about capital adequacy ratio also. So capital adequacy ratio is nothing but Tier 1 and Tier 2 capital divided by risk weighted assets. Tier 2 capital is also called as additional Tier 2 capital. All the concepts I have discussed in the previous classes. Just revise it, you will get it. Okay, if I start saying everything in this video, it will become wrong. Okay, this particular capital adequacy ratio was also suggested by this Narsimham committee in 1991. Okay, in 1998 banking sector it was literally called banking sector committee. This Narsimham committee of 1998 was literally called banking sectors reform committee. Okay, let's move to the next article. This is the last article of the day. I have maintained a little bit fastness in my this session, but it's okay, you'll get habituated. If you feel very fast, then comment in comment box, I will reduce the speed also. So the last article is about the civil service day. It's your day, it's our day. Okay, it was, which is celebrated on 21st April. Okay, it was celebrated from 1947. Why it was celebrated? From when it was celebrated? So from when, in the sense it was celebrated, it was on this day late in 1947 that Mr. great Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has addressed the first session of the Indian civil services. Probationary officers were there, and he has addressed the first session. So from that day till today, on April 21st, the civil services day is being celebrated. Why it is celebrated? On this particular day, civil services will renew its targets. Okay, they will commemorate, they will celebrate their day, and they will fix the new targets in order to promote the development of India, promote the welfare of India. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks for being with me, and God bless you all.